Some do it for money, some do it for fame. Join Greg Rufus and Mike for the love of the game. The 2025 NBA season is just around the corner, and we are ready to drop some basketball commentary you won't hear anywhere else. Get ready for wild predictions and bold takes. A podcast offering a fresh and engaging perspective on what might unfold and what's currently happening inside the game of basketball. To our viewers, we invite you to subscribe to GR Productions and join in on the discussion as we talk about all things NBA, Memphis Grizzlies, and Memphis Tigers basketball. Like, comment, and share. Thanks for your support and enjoy the show. For the love of the game, stay tuned.
Welcome everybody back for the Love of the Game podcast. We took a extended, week off because of the holiday season, Thanksgiving break, but we are back. My partner in crime, Michael Miles is here. Mike, how you doing?
What's going on? Good morning to our fans and subscribers.
Yeah.
We are back.
Yep. We are back. We are back. Did you enjoy watching the Grizzlies over the break, Mike?
Yeah, I enjoy this winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I enjoy this winning and just uh getting it together. And having a rough start, but then getting it together. I think before in our last podcast, where a week ago or before Thanksgiving week, we're kind of all on the edge, on the ledge, ready to fire Ti, but they've been able to string together uh, a streak and some good balls. Like he's playing really good ball, and they're winning as a result of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, they had a rough one last night
Mm-hmm.
against the Spurs. Just couldn't find a way to slow down Barnes. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, I enjoy watching the Grizzlies.
Yeah. I mean, I think the MO for this team is they can beat up on bad teams, but they can't be good teams so far right now. Like they're
Yeah,
still trying to figure out how to finish off the
yeah,
good teams. Like you said, Sacramento, Zach Edey is just he is dominating right now. Like he is playing right now. Him and Cedric Coward are just they're the best players on the team right now, hands down. Like
yeah,
and they're finding ways to get Zach Edey involved. 30. He had a 30-point double double against Sacramento of Sunday, and had like I think 19 and 13 last night in a losing effort. Stuff. I mean, what's the ceiling for Zach Edey? Like, what do you think like his ceiling is?
Oh, I think he can. If he can just be consistent, I don't want to compare him to anybody. We just need him to be who he is. I
Mm-hmm.
think he probably said it best himself that he felt like he was back at Purdue, and
Mm-hmm.
just be himself. And I mean, he had 15 rebounds, 19, 17 rebounds. I
Yeah.
mean, scoring is up there, and like we said, the last stretch of games, uh, since their last loss was November the 18th when they lost to the Spurs, and then they went on that winning streak, only losing to Denver,
Mm-hmm.
and then pretty much just kind of bouncing back uh, versus some really bad teams like New Orleans, the Clippers, Sacramento. We lost Spurs yesterday, but our next game is against the Clippers
Yeah.
at home. So,
Yeah.
and important in Utah, Clippers again.
Hmm.
So, opportunities and some opportunities to rank up more and win, kind of get close to back to 500. Maybe Jaw comes back. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, some areas of hope,
Hmm.
areas of cohesiveness, continuity, team development, growth. Really impressed with Williams.
Hmm.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Williams and his play,
Hmm.
his ability to defend at the point guard position and distribute the ball. I was really impressed with that. I mean, one game he had 15 assists against Sacramento. 17 assists, like I think, against New Orleans. And so he's doing a really good job too at the point guard position, which is something that we never really saw him do, especially in summer league. But he's fully in that role. Cam Spencer also.
Yeah.
So
I still don't like Cam
and taking
Spencer.
care of the ball and shooting the ball pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, and we're seeing some development from Williams, which we didn't think we would see a whole lot of because of injury, but
Yeah.
he's able to deal with his confidence back.
Yeah. Also, I got news today that Chris Paul was sent home by the Clippers. Um,
Yeah, I saw that.
Interesting. What's your take on that, Chris Paul? I would have thought it would have been okay, his final
Whew.
season, but what's next for him? Like, what do you think he goes from here, Chris CP3?
That's tough. That's tough for a vet. I mean, there's not a lot of information out there, but I mean, you send a vet like Chris Paul home, and I mean, just thinking about his career, him being a point guard, we don't know if there's something that happened behind the scenes. But the Clippers, just as a franchise, they have underperformed, for whether it be in the playoffs and definitely right now in the regular season. And it's not looking good for the Clippers.
No.
Uh, partially in the long run, I believe their picks are tied to the Thunder, and so they keep losing. I believe their pick this year goes to the Thunder for the next draft, and it
Mhm.
could be a high pick.
Yeah.
So, and that all kind of stems from just the Clippers' organizational moves involving Kawhi Leonard, and
Mm.
so Kawhi Leonard is receiving a lot of heat. James Harden. I mean, he's there, doing what he does. We have Bradley Beal that's hurt, and he's gonna be out for a while. But he hasn't been the same since Washington and since that trade.
Yeah.
The Phoenix and everything. He hasn't been himself. So uh, why things didn't work out with the Spurs, I don't know.
Yeah.
At first, I'm thinking, well, where could he go? If you waive him, who picks him up, or should he just bow out? And
It's true.
sucks to retire in that way. That just might be the way he goes out. I don't think he goes with the Lakers. I don't see him and JJ Redick getting along as a
Why
player
is
coach.
that? They used to be teammates though. Why not? Why do you don't think that would work?
I just think the rivalry. I don't think players respect JJ Redick.
Mm-hmm.
His peers
Mm-hmm.
would respect JJ Redick.
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned that was a good transition. There was a moment Monday night, the Lakers were playing the Suns, and LeBron,
Yeah,
like he was trying to call a timeout, and LeBron was just joking, and it seemed
yeah,
like from the eye, like he just kind of like pushed him off to the side, JJ, which I don't know, which I don't, and they were getting blown out, and Dylan Brooks and LeBron have their rivalry renewed yet again after Dylan Brooks scores 30. He didn't. Why Dylan didn't have his fire when he was at the Grizzlies when the playoff series, I don't know, but he's got a little fire to his case now with Phoenix. But like, what's your take on that? Whose side are you on? Are you on Coach JJ's side, or are you on LeBron for I don't know. Like,
I think quiet is kept. You know, we get on Ja a lot.
hmm
For his off the court, on the court moves, right?
yeah,
But the LeBron has kind of these. I think these last couple of games
hmm
has kind of been in and out. Even before he got back on the court, has he hasn't really been involved. You know, I'm not gonna say maybe a silent protest. And I know he and JJ are cool,
hmm
but JJ had to call a timeout, and by just his facial expression, seemed to really be annoyed that Brian wasn't paying attention or just engaged in the game and what was going on the court. And a disengaged LeBron James, despite their record being number 2 in the West right now, and they're playing really well.
hmm
Just makes it seem like, okay, LeBron, you're here, but why are you really here? Like
hmm
what, do we need to play you at all? You know, like, his value is I hate to say it this way. I don't think anyone is really saying it, but his value is kind of diminished
hmm
to a degree. I don't think his game has gone, anywhere. He can probably still put up points if he's needed to,
hmm
but he's not needed or he's not exerting as much effort, I guess you could say,
hmm
uh, on the court. And maybe that's just his role now, but it's uh, it's interesting to see how that is because some people just that because they prioritize Luca during the off season. He opts out of his contract. That's the reason why LeBron is kind of taking the back seat. And if I don't know if I'm in the tail end of my career, I want to go all out. You know,
yeah.
and while I have opportunity or while I'm still playing, and I don't think we're seeing that from LeBron in this last season. Some people even suggest that he's padding stats.
Stat pad, yeah. Um,
You know, so I don't know.
he's looking his age though. I
That's
mean,
just my take.
he's 41. Like he's looking his. He's finally looking like about to be 41. Like he looks like a 40-year-old. I mean, I'm just gonna call it the way he looks. Like he finally is human. LeBron James
Yeah,
is finally
I
human.
mean, yeah,
Finally human. He's 40. I can't expect a 40. Michael Jordan was the same way, you guys.
he doesn't really have to do a whole lot.
He doesn't. No. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I think he loves it deep down. Like he doesn't have to be. There's finally an alpha dog on the team besides him. Like there's finally a number one option. You could just give it to Luca. Like he could take days off. He doesn't have to play defense like the way he used to. Like he could take certain plays off. I feel like more than ever. Um,
Yeah,
the stat pattern part is interesting because JJ kept him in the game Monday night so he can extend his streak of 10 or more games. It's like 1,200 straight games. he has had at least
Yeah.
a double figure. So he kept him in to keep that streak going, but he's not being aggressive enough, like you said. Maybe he's trying to hold it and save it in for the playoff push and all that, but he looks kind of distant. He looks kind of like his feelings are hurt, and he's
Yeah.
probably silently protesting, like he's not being aggressive, like because they love Luca. Luca is the golden child right now for LA, and they love Luca. He's an MVP consideration. Could win
Yeah.
MVP this year. So I think he's pounding a little bit though. I'm not gonna hold. I'm agreeing with you though, Mike. I think he's
He's the
pounding.
third, like he's the third option.
Right. Absolutely. Um. So it's interesting how this is moving forward. They're 15-5, so it's not really a lot of problems that the Lakers have. But if they have
Yeah.
this, I think they'll take it. Like,
I mean, when they're winning, all of the negative stuff is not going to be talked about.
right,
I mean,
absolutely.
LeBron is averaging just 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, and seven
Lows of his
assists.
career. Lows of his career. Like,
And he's shooting at 46%,
right.
but he doesn't need to score 25, and 25 be 25, 8 and 8, you know, each and every night.
Hmm.
Luca right now is playing MVP ball. He got AR, doing his thing. And then JJ is coaching. He's coaching the team and he's doing a really good job. I don't think many expected JJ to be this good at this point
Hmm.
in his young coaching career, but I mean, he's doing a good job coaching his Laker club
He's learned a
and
lot from
keeping them
last year.
afloat.
He's learned a lot from last year. That embarrassment playoff loss they had against Minnesota. He got out coached, he got outmaneuvered, and he didn't take it so good. I think he's learned from that per se. I think he has. I think he's learned from that,
Yeah,
and he's a much improved coach. Speaking of coaching, probably coach of the year candidate, the OKC coach. They're 21-1, Mike. 21-1. I think they're gonna get the 74 wins easily.
so who is?
OKC 21-1. They beat
Oh, okay, see,
Warriors
okay,
last night. I think they're going to
yeah,
get 74 wins easily. Easily.
yeah, they're playing really well, and the interesting thing about them is the way that they're winning. They're they're winning the same way they won last year, but I think this year they're frustrating teams
Hmm.
by the way they're winning.
Yes.
And because everyone, the joke with Michael Jordan, it
Hmm.
was you can't blow on them because it's a foul,
Yeah.
you know, and it's almost like there's a lot of frustration amongst players that you pretty much can't touch SGA because
Hmm.
he's going to draw a foul. And I think, Draymond, I'm pretty sure Draymond's going to go on his podcast and complain about it or talk about it. But, just watching video, SGA does a really good job of drawing fouls. You can call it flopping,
Hmm.
drawing fouls, creating contact while shooting. And is getting to the free throw line, which, pretty much disrupts tempo for the other team, allows OKC to get in their defensive sets, and it just makes it easy for them to do what they want to do defensively and offensively.
Hmm.
But yeah, OKC they're on a roll and clearly the best team in the league.
Yeah. Um, NBA Finals. I mean, they're there. I still. I don't know
Yeah,
who will be the second best. Maybe the Denver Nuggets, the Lakers per se,
it's so hard to tell.
Spurs. Like,
Yeah, it's hard to tell because again, you know, everyone's dealing with an injury.
hmm
It's really hard to see, you know, who's at full strength, who 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 can really who who can really match up with him. But it probably is going to be Denver with the way that they play, with the way that, they're constructed. But
Yeah,
they got to get fully healthy too, because I think Aaron Gordon is out.
yeah. Zion Williamson is out
Yeah,
at least 3 weeks.
yeah.
Steph Curry is out. He won't make the Warriors 3-game road trip coming up. How much of injuries just really has affected the first part of the NBA season? Like, how devastating is it, these injuries going on right now?
Shoot, in a major way.
Hmm.
Uh,
Victor's
I
out.
mean, no one likes to see anybody hurt. I think, like with Steph, you can say it's hard as it is to imagine it maybe age and attrition.
Hmm.
You know, with Zion, that's just been the story of his career. We could probably just say that Zion is just a bust.
You think it's time to say? You think it's time to say it? Zion's a bust?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? He can't stay on the court. He can't stay healthy at all. And I mean, it's time to move on from Zion. I don't know where Zion would go, where Zion would fit,
Mhm.
but
Would he fit with
it's
Memphis?
time for New Orleans to get off the Zion train because it's not going anywhere. And I think it's going to be hard to really just fit him. I mean, at 6'5", you want him at a certain weight, but is he a guard? Is he a power forward? You
Mhm.
know, where do you put him? What position does he play?
I mean, yeah. I
You
just
take his weight away, that's almost like taking his dominance because he's a downhill player. He
right,
does his best scoring running down the court,
right.
down the middle. He's like Giannis, you know. But you know, we never saw Zion as a reliable 2 point or 3 point shooter. So
Yeah.
where would he exactly fit in New Orleans? Where would he exactly fit anywhere? It'll be interesting to see. And then, him being hurt all the time.
Who's going to take that
Yeah.
contract? I mean, his contract is massive. Like, who's going to take that remaining, I think, 3 years, 80 million? I want 85 million, I want to say. Like, who's going to eat that contract is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Like you said, his jump shot, he has no jump shot. But when the Grizzlies played the Pelicans last week, you saw it. Like, he is a bull. Like, he is just
Yeah.
play, like, just to the lane. Like, he was aggressive. Like, Triple J made him work for it. Vince Williams blocked a shot and talking to him. Like, he's aggressive when he needs to be. It's just maybe he's too aggressive, and that's why he consistently gets hurt. He has no jump shot, as you forementioned. I want him to be on a contending team, but I think time is up. I really do think it's time is up. As for where he would go, Charlotte, where your Brooklyn, where careers die in Brooklyn. So like, uh, like probably Eastern Conference, I would think. Indiana, I think Indiana would benefit from him a lot. I mean,
I just don't know. I mean,
I can't think of the West. The West
he
is too
can't
tall.
stay on the floor. Your best value is your availability, and
Yeah,
I just can't. I just can't envision him
I can't either. I
really anywhere.
They should have traded him to the Knicks last year. I thought that was like they could have probably should have, but I don't know what the Knicks would have wanted. Carr Anthony,
Yeah.
no, I don't know what would they have wanted. Like
Maybe, I mean, maybe Charlotte, like you said, like Charlotte or
Brooklyn.
uh maybe Utah. I don't know.
Yeah. So speaking of Charlotte, we're just going around the NBA. LaMelo Ball
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
said he doesn't want to get traded.
Mm.
Was that stupid for him to say that? He doesn't. He wants to
That
stay.
he doesn't want to get traded.
Yeah, like was that stupid for him to say?
I mean, I don't think no. I mean, I think in Charlotte, he knows he's the only superstar. He's the main attraction there,
Hmm.
and so I could see it from that perspective. But I think the only way that he's going to get uncomfortable and grow as a player is if he plays somewhere else.
Hmm. Yeah,
He needs to play on a contender. Because if he's not elevating the Hornets, then what good is he really? You know, if the Hornets aren't competing for a playoff
push a playoff seed.
a playoff spot,
Right.
then why do you want to be there? You know, that just doesn't make sense. If I'm a star player, I would be demanding to, hey, Bill, give me some help.
Absolutely.
So then it's to Charlotte.
Yeah. And they got tools in
Like he's
Charlotte.
got the tools, he got the capabilities.
Right.
Mm, yeah,
Absolutely. I mean, you have Brandon Miller there. You have Miles Bridges. You have the
and
guy.
they have, and I mean Charlotte,
Yeah.
Canepa, from Duke.
Yeah. They can. Yeah.
I
They
mean,
got
they have some
talent.
solid pieces there in Charlotte,
Right. It's just it's still not connecting them. Not.
but
But we'll see.
yeah, I think ownership knows that Lamelo puts butts in seats,
Yep.
and so they don't have any incentive on trading Lamelo.
Hmm.
So you know,
Time will tell, but I think he's going to change his mind.
yeah,
I mean, we see it a lot with athletes. They change their mind. They're like, oh, I want to stay here the rest of my career, and but then they'll change their minds at some point. They're like, I want to compete for a championship because it all comes down to you have enough talent. You want to compete for a championship. You need to
yeah,
go somewhere else. You need to go somewhere else
yeah.
where you're needed, like Orlando. You put him in Orlando with Desmond
Mhm.
Bain and Pablo and Wagner, like that's a contender. Like
Yeah.
we
Put him in
call
Miami,
or Miami.
where he can get some discipline,
Hmm.
with Coach Spo
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Bam and and Riley.
Hmm.
You know, every superstar has to learn to be uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Um, the Detroit Pistons, man.
Yeah,
They are they for real or are we just it's one of those they're just starting off high and then they'll fade away. I don't think so. Like I think Detroit is deep and they're gonna be
you don't
a
think they're for real, or do you think they're pretenders?
I think they're contenders. Without a doubt, I think they're contenders. I mean, their defense and Kay Cunningham should be a starter, all-star, East all-star starter. Like he is I think he's the best point guard in the East. I really do. Like
Yeah,
I just like
yeah,
how did they change so quick? I know it's a couple they got a couple guys they brought in Duncan Robertson and other people, but this is unbelievable. The and turnaround of the Detroit Pistons.
yeah. They definitely learned from their losing before. I mean, and that's kind of like the same thing that we're talking about Lamelo Ball.
Right.
That kind of needs the same be the same trajectory for that Cade went through. He went through a period of losing.
Hmm.
Then he got some help, some play got during. They built through the draft, built through coaching,
Yep.
and they got the right guys. They have the right components of a team.
Hmm.
They got some vets, a mixture of vets and young guys. So my only frustration with Detroit is just that the fact they're not on television enough.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, we really don't see them. See them play like the bad boys.
Mm.
With Rip and Chauncey and Prince. We don't see them on the national stage a
Hmm.
whole lot. But I mean, they draft well. They had Kay Cunningham. You had Jaden Ivey, Duncan Robinson. You got Asar Thompson.
Hmm.
They got some young guys.
Yeah.
You got Tobias Stewart.
Jalen
They have
Jalen
everything
Green.
they need to compete for an NBA championship in the East Conference.
Yeah. I still don't know if they're better than New York. I still don't know. I don't know. I think New York, if they're fully there,
Yeah, we
I don't
need to
know.
see that. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, but we'll see. Like they gave them a good six game series last year in the playoffs. Let's just see if they learned from that playoff series last year and did they get better. So I'm
yeah,
interested to see. I just think it's a team
G-
you don't want to play in the playoffs, Detroit this year.
yeah. I don't think you want to play a healthy Detroit team
Hmm.
in the playoffs. I mean, last year they, of course, they were without Ivy, and they were without Stewart,
Hmm.
and they're key pieces to their season right now.
Hmm.
Uh, and they didn't have Duncan Robinson, so they didn't have that level of shooting either.
Yeah.
So this is a legit team and a legit threat to the New York Knicks, who we were all talking about New York and Cleveland during the offseason.
Yeah.
We weren't talking a whole lot about Detroit during the offseason.
Hmm.
But Detroit improved, got healthy, got better during the offseason. So we really shouldn't be surprised that they're number one in the East right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think they should advance. I think they're by far clearing the way the best of the East
Yeah.
right now. It's unfortunate that we won't be able to really. They don't play OKC until I believe February.
I know.
And they, of course, they only play twice a year, but
That's crazy. Why? We need like they keep putting Philadelphia
they could be.
and the Boston Celtics on TV. Like the Boston Celtics are not that good. They're okay, but you can flex them out.
Yeah,
You really can flex out.
it's all because of branding.
Right. Trying to see their
Yeah,
next game. Their next game is
but it goes back to your question about you know your point about the injuries.
yeah. They play the Bucks tonight though. That's a major test. I know that the Bucks are 9-13, but
Yeah,
that will be a intriguing game. Giannis is ready to go against whoever. They do a back to back. They play them tonight and they play Saturday, so it's interesting. I mean, they got some. Like you said, they're a fun team to watch. They have no televised games. I'm just like, come on, like they have a game like you said. I think it's MLK Day against Boston. Like, come on, like just come on. It's disrespectful at this point. They should be flexed. They
yeah. I
should be
mean,
flexed
they got a game against Boston. That's on Peacock,
on NBC. It's
New
7 o'clock. Yep.
York,
Yep.
in January. They
Hmm.
have like maybe one or two nationally televised games.
Prime Video, the
But
23rd
before that though, I mean, October, November, pretty much all of November, we didn't see much of Detroit
at
on
all.
the national stage. Most of December, we
Hmm.
uh, haven't really seen them.
But I will say though, it picks up in February. It picks up in January, February. I mean, they have a couple Prime Video
Yeah,
games against the Knicks. That's gonna be fun.
yeah.
ESPN game against
Chicago,
Cleveland. Yeah, Chicago, Cleveland. Yeah, it does pick up a little bit though. I
the
mean,
Lakers.
the Lakers, Atlanta. So it does pick up. I wish it was now, because product because everybody's hurt and all that. Like, just flex him in one game, just one. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all I ask. They put Memphis in without John Morant, and
yeah,
against the Wemby, against Victor Wembanyama, and he didn't play. So you can flex the
yeah,
Detroit Pistons into one game. That's all I'm saying. But
yeah.
um, they're a fun team to watch, and I'm excited to see what this team's going to look like moving forward. Um, we didn't really talk about it as much last week about the John Moran and Klay Thompson thing. What's your thoughts about that?
Mhm. I think Clay, of course, he's speaking there from the perspective of an NBA champion,
Right.
and that he's won. The biggest thing he said was, or is that the Grizzlies or calling out John Morant specifically that they talk a whole lot, but they don't show a whole lot.
Hmm.
And I think that the Grizzlies and John Morant and Jaren Jackson should just use that as fuel and motivation for the rest of the season.
Hmm.
Uh, that's my hope
Yeah.
that that they take it away from it. I think they will, but based off just what he said, uh, kind of insult, kind of saying he's he's a low IQ individual.
Hmm.
Um, uh, the statements the job making or whoever was talking on the Grizzly bench at the time was making. Uh, but that's my take on it. My side is I agree. I can agree with what Clay Thompson said, and I just hope that is received with what we do need to step up. We do need to play better. We do need to talk less and do more. And I think with the Grizzlies with their winning streak got going right now,
Hmm.
with the way that they've been playing, when Ja comes back, a lot of pressure is going to be on him to play well because it's kind of made him look uh, expendable in that the team is playing very well and they could trade you. It's definitely possible that they could trade you. Uh, I don't think you should. I don't think the Grizzlies should, but
Yeah.
it is definitely a possibility that they could. And I mean, the same could be for Jaren Jackson. If he cannot be counted on or relied on to carry the team, and if Zach Edey is that dude, is that guy that's going to be the main one, scoring, rebounding, blocking shots, leading the team, he could be the face of the franchise. You got Cedric Howard doing the same thing, just playing his role. I like what KCP is. He's accepted his role coming off the bench.
Hmm.
You don't have too many vets that will accept their role and go to the bench. You have some vets that are just I'm gonna start and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. But KCP is showing his leadership. I think by Cedric being able to step right in as a starter
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
they're winning games. So Ja has to come back with and play some good basketball.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I just to echo what you said. I wish Ja would just take what Clay. I mean, him and Clay have gone back and forth in years past, and it's no love lost with those two. Yeah, I hope Ja
Yeah,
just kind of. I hope he takes it with a grain of salt and know that this guy thinks I'm slow. He thinks I'm slow. Like I'm not like developing as a ball player. Like he thinks less of me. I think Josh should use that as motivation. Like, okay, I know
No.
we're trash talking. I know we just got heated and all, but you think I got low IQ. I'm going to show you that I don't have low IQ. I'm going to show you that I am very intelligent and that I can elevate my team to go higher lights. The Dallas Mavericks are not a good team. They're not a good team. Like
Yeah.
they're thinking about
Mhm.
trading Anthony Davis, several other
Yeah.
several other players. Like they are in tank mode as well. Like the Grizzlies can actually the way that they started off, they can actually get a playoff spot, a seed. Can actually get to the playoffs if they actually continue to play better. They got to start winning against better teams, yes,
Yeah.
but they're in better shape than what the Mavericks are to me. And so I would take that as an advance and just get better
Yeah.
and just not talk as much. Like I like when he coaches Cam Spencer and Vince Williams and all of them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean the Grizzlies, they're not built to tank.
Right.
I don't think their roster is just. I don't think their roster is set up to tank, and I think they're going to go all in. On what they said at the off season, that this is not uh, a rebuild. This is a retool. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of pride on the line from the front office to the players. So they got to make it work. They you don't have too many opportunities to to prove yourself in this league, and I think Ja has to take it upon himself, and will take it upon himself to show that he's more than just a highlight dunker,
Hmm.
but that he can shoot the ball, he can be a consistent 3-point shooter, consistent in the mid range. Uh, he and Edey, can work the pick and roll, or uh, he and Jared can run the pick and roll. They can play together.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's interesting to see how Ja meshes in when he gets back from his injury with the Memphis Grizzlies coming up. Um, Kenyon and Dre, Kenyon Martin and Draymond had their thing. Whose side are you on that?
Oh, Kenyon Barton, Draymond.
Draymond. Yeah, whose side are you
Yeah,
on?
that was interesting.
Hmm.
That was an interesting uh dialogue between the two of them, just going back and forth.
Yeah,
Draymond responded by bringing out his stats and versus Kenyon's stats. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I remember Kenyon when he played in Cincinnati and
yeah,
when he played with the Nets, and I remember watching them ball. With J Kidd and everything, and I always viewed Kenyon uh as like a hybrid four, could play the three and the four position, but a very good defender
yeah.
that pretty much did his role, did his job, and was a tough guy. Was a guy you didn't want to, cross, in the court, on the court, because he was going to be in your face,
Uh-huh.
and he was going to bully you. So that's what I remember Kenyon for. I don't, I don't care too much about Kenyon's stats, whether he was, in how many teams he was on, or awards and all those things. I
Hmm.
just know him for the fact that he was a tough player.
Right.
And Draymond, I think it's interesting that they bring up, if Draymond was not on the Warriors, if he did not have two of the greatest teammates that were shooters of all time, Clay and Steph, and then Durant, he would just be considered a regular guy,
Yeah.
that scored 8 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists or whatever. And that's not to say that that's horrible in the NBA, but Draymond, he's filling in his role, and within his role, he has gotten the recognition, the national recognition, because everyone wants to see Steph, shoot.
Hmm.
He has more shine,
Yeah.
to shine to show his game. Uh, so you know, I don't like it when players of old eras compare to different different eras.
Hmm.
But uh, I don't. If I had to pick a side as far as the tough guy role, because I think it was like is Draymond a fake tough guy? Even Clay,
Yeah.
with the way he's gotten in a couple of run-ins, not just with Ja, but just with just different players.
Different players. Yeah.
Now he all this like he's speaking up more, or I don't know what it is, the Meg Stallion effect, or what, or the fact that he's at the end. I don't know. He's got a lot of confidence,
Now he's with
in
Megan.
himself.
He's
So
with Megan. Yeah, he's Megan Thee Stallion's gotten a place of confidence that he didn't know he had. Like, I mean, he's got it, but he's. I just thought he was so quiet and shy, but now you've seen the personality of Clay. He's like, oh, he's talking now. He's brass, you know.
yeah,
Like, like so.
yeah, yeah.
So it's interesting.
I mean, put him in. He'll be the next on a podcast.
Mm,
Tell all, and he'll say whatever's on his mind,
yeah,
and he'll get a lot of views and a whole lot of publicity
yeah.
for what he says and everything. Um, I don't think Clay is a tough guy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, I just think he has a way of using words to get under your skin.
Right.
You know, but the same with Draymond. Draymond is just entertaining to me,
Mm-hmm.
and you hate to disagree with him, but you kind of have to agree with what he said. You
Yeah.
know, but
Interesting.
like he at least he's real with it. He says, he'll poke the bear when it comes to international players, just to test to see how mentally tough or physically tough they can be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they use Isaiah Stewart from Detroit as an example. If Draymond and Isaiah one on one, you
Yeah.
know, is Draymond going down that route?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I
know,
wouldn't be surprised if he tested him, but
so
the whole thing that Draymond just likes to go against international people, it's fair. It's fair, but I would love to see him test Isaiah Stewart. I would. It'd be entertaining for me to watch, but I think Draymond, like, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer to you or second ballot? Like, he's a Hall of Famer to you, right? Draymond Green.
it's Draymond. Ooh, he might be
Mm-hmm.
a first ballot Hall of Famer. Uh,
Because think about it, Dennis Rodman's Hall of Famer didn't really necessarily have he had the defensive stuff, but um, yeah, it's just interesting. I
yeah,
think he's second. I think he's second ballot. I don't think he's first ballot. I think he's second ballot to me. I mean,
it'll be an interesting debate. Whether he's first or a first ballot
I just
uh
think
Hall of Famer.
and for Kenyon and Draymond, like it's two different generations. Like what Kenyon Martin was asked to do in New Jersey, like in New
Yeah,
Jersey, really New Jersey, is way more than what Draymond was asked to do. Draymond was asked to be the defensive forcer, as you mentioned, to play defense and not necessarily take over games like Kenyon Martin did. So Kenyon Martin had more responsibility playing with Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson, and he did go to NBA or to the NBA Finals twice. He's not a bum. I just think NBA people community has to be careful when they talk about the NBA. If you're gonna criticize the NBA, today's NBA, you can do that. But when you talk about somebody being bum or not on your level or sorry or like just be careful when you say that because we're supposed to protect one another. And that's not protecting each other when you call them out and say, oh, he's not a real fake tough guy and all that. Like, I just want when former NBA players are analysts now, analyze the game and take your personal feelings out and just analyze what you see instead of bad mouthing
Yeah,
somebody and calling them out their name, character, and all that. Like, I hate it.
yeah. I mean, just like they discredit uh when they did discredit their one of their co-hosts
Uh huh.
uh for
Um,
his ring when he was with Golden State.
Nick Young. Nick Young.
Yeah, Nick Young.
Joe
When they
Green. Yeah, yeah,
discredit him, I think that's wrong.
yeah.
Nick Young did his role. He did his job,
He did his job. He came off the bench. He gave
and
a
yeah, he
point.
deserves a ring.
He deserves a ring. Yeah.
That's like saying Kevin Durant doesn't deserve a ring because he joined
A 73 win
already
team.
fully loaded get Golden State team. But
No.
I mean, he left. He
He did what he
played
wanted
at
to do.
MVP level.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he did what yeah, exactly. He did what he wanted to do. Got a ring.
Hmm. And he's not the first nor the last to leave a team and go somewhere else and win a championship because the Warriors
Right.
are not winning without Kevin Durant. And the Warriors are not
Yeah.
going to win. Like it's a marriage that has to work in order for you to get the ultimate goal. That's what I put it
Yeah.
as. Like it's a weak move,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would rather you stay in OKC and finish the job, but you had to do what you had to do. You won two championships, fine. You're just not going to be the superstar like you think you're Steph Curry. That limelight is just reserved for Steph Curry. You're just a piece.
Yeah.
You're a piece of the puzzle. You're not the puzzle. Like you're a
Yeah.
piece. I mean,
I
so
mean, you still got to do the work.
yeah, you do.
You still got to make the jump shot.
Right. And
You
make the
still got to
defensive
make
play.
that pass. You still got to get that rebound. You still got to hustle. You
Hmm.
know, and so
You know, and I just don't like what the media like this NBA new media. I just don't like where it's going. If we're just gonna sit here and just badmouth somebody and call them out, and then I need 50. The fact that Kenyon Martin said that Nene, what did he say? Popeye Jones is better than Draymond Green was insulting.
oh yeah, when he gave that list,
That was insulting. Like that was.
yeah,
I want them to make this up, like peacefully make up. But man, Drake Kenyon went to a whole new low. Not even just before that, he talked about Memphis. Like he talked about he was one of the people along with Stephen A. Smith that went with the Memphis thing about T. Morant. Like
yeah,
he's got some agendas that he needs to let out. Kenyon Martin, like, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
yeah. Like I mean, just toughness. I think like you said, like some people say things, for clickbait,
Right.
for social media,
No.
for niches, the different phrases that are used to draw attention,
Mm-hmm.
to a situation.
Mm-hmm. I hate it. I hate
And
it.
I
Just
think some people get fairly criticized for it, and some
right.
people get unfairly criticized for it.
Yeah. I just hate it. Like just get back to what the basics of being an analyst is about. Everybody can't be Stephen A. Smith. There's only several people that can be Stephen A. Smith. Everybody wants to try to be like him and say this stuff and just verbally say it without any information, without they're being emotional. They're being too emotional when they say certain
Yeah,
stuff, and it's hurting the credit, it's hurting the credibility of a lot of people of the league, really. I mean, but I hope they just get better.
yeah,
Everybody just gets better and they just pray about it and just become better. Kenyon, like
yeah,
and Dre, like do better, both of y'all. But I think it's gonna continue all season.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue. I mean, everyone has receipts on somebody,
Hmm.
because everybody's going to pull up stats. What did Shaq do with Charles Barkley all the time?
Yeah.
He talks about he was, you know, Charles Barkley ringless. So
Yeah.
that's everyone's go-to move is and they debated this very thing that
Mhm.
if you don't have a ring you can't really talk,
I hate that.
and that's not true. you
Not true.
you can share your truth and be genuine about it,
Hmm. People
and you don't have to
recognize
tear everybody down on the way. A
like
lot of things is said about players
yeah.
that players don't respond to, and because they just don't need to. If we're hypercritical of a player, you think they're going to respond to us? Most likely not, because we haven't played the league. I know I haven't.
No. That's why I'm not
Excuse me.
too. That's why I would never say to an NBA player you're a bum and all that. Now, would I sit there and say that they need to play better and shoot better and defend better? Yeah, I mean that comes with being a critic of the NBA and other products. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna call you out on what your game is, but I'm never gonna say that you're a bum and you don't deserve to be in the
yeah,
NBA. No, no, no. Like I would never do that because I never played. I never would do that. Like,
yeah.
but it's just
Nah,
I hate. I just hate that for
we
him.
could we could judge effort though. You
Yes,
know,
yeah. And when future
yeah,
Hall
we
of
could
Famers like
definitely judge
LeBron,
effort.
yeah, with like future NBA players like Hall of Famers like LeBron backs off his coach, like you deserve to get talked about. Like you can't do that to a coach. Like it's unacceptable.
Yeah,
And if Ja did that, this would be front page headlines. But this LeBron, who cares? Like
yep,
who cares?
yeah.
I mean, like, and that needs to stop. People need to be held
That
accountable for
you're
everything
right.
that they do. Everything that they do. I mean,
Yeah,
so we'll see about that. Um, we're gonna hold off on the Memphis Tiger talk because they have a huge game Saturday. Well, they played tonight against New Orleans, the
yeah,
Memphis Tigers, and which they should win. Should win.
yeah.
I think they should win. And then they play
They are.
Baylor.
They better win.
They better win. Let's just put it like that. And they play Baylor Saturday on national television
Yeah,
on CBS. That's a huge one. Baylor only has a
yeah,
one loss. Um, if they pull this out, Mike, I mean McDaniel's plays good, Sincere Park. If they pull this off, I think they're back. The the trajectory of what I think the Tigers will be this year, I feel better because I don't know I don't feel great about what the Tigers are right now, Memphis Tigers.
yeah. I mean, Penny. He's in an unfortunate situation where year to year he just doesn't know what kind of team he's to have.
Mhm.
But he has to rebuild he's had to rebuild every year from a roster standpoint. And so, this year I don't expect much uh as far as, it's pretty much you win a year in.
Yeah.
When you gotta win your tournament. You gotta win your conference.
Hmm.
And you're in. Uh Other than that, it's just gonna be a struggle uh throughout the regular season, because by the time, well, I guess before the AAC schedule kicks in,
January.
yeah, once that kicks in, you need to pretty much win the whole thing
Win every
in
game.
order to get in. But non-conference wise, it's gonna be tough.
Hmm. I just don't see the elevation if they once they get in the tournament. Like who can they beat? Like they'll probably be a quiet 10 seed or a 9 seed or 11 seed. Oh, the Memphis, the
Yeah,
conference champs out of the American, like play like I would say probably like Kansas and probably lose. So like I mean that's
yeah,
trajectory where they are right now. They need to change like the perception. I would think is to win Baylor, Louisville. Like they got some Baylor and Louisville these next two Saturdays. Like
yeah.
They got to
I
play.
think I think I think everyone has a reality, has embraced the reality that this year is not a great team,
Hmm.
and so we're not expecting them to beat Baylor, and we're not really expecting them to beat Louisville, although it's possible for them to beat those teams.
Hmm.
You know, I find it funny because in a way, we could give uh the Tigers a pass,
Hmm.
this year, uh and Penny a pass this year, uh
Because he's not going nowhere.
because he's still trying to figure this team out. I don't think we should, fire Penny. I don't think we should be on
Yeah.
that front.
Hmm.
But you know who is?
Who?
Teams like Kentucky,
Hmm.
teams like like real blue bloods.
Michigan State.
There are a lot of ranked teams right now.
Yeah.
And I listen and I go on their message boards or Twitter, and their fans are going off
Hmm.
over a loss. And they're ranked, and they're really good teams. They have, good roster. They've been a roster that's been playing together for a while.
Yep. Arkansas.
But
Mhm.
yeah, but they're like Kentucky right now. Their fans are livid. They're like real deal upset after losing to North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I mean, and Kentucky's a really good team. North Carolina's a really good team.
Hmm.
But, they're for like real deal upset. I'm sure Arkansas, any of those SEC teams watched a really good game yesterday, Duke versus Florida.
Hmm. Fire game.
And I think that was a really good game, Duke versus Florida, and whoever, there might be some Florida fans that might be like real deal upset, at that. But if we lose against Baylor, or if we lose against Louisville, even with a whole new roster with the University of Memphis,
Yeah.
transfers, guys that have come from all kinds of conferences, learning to play, with each other.
Absolutely. I just it
I
was
think sometimes we just need to watch the game and enjoy just the game,
yeah, and
the
it just
process of
enjoy
growing after each
right.
game, and just
Yeah,
enjoying the wins and learning from the losses.
right. And it's December. It's not February. It's not March. It's not even March. Like it's December. I mean,
Yeah,
and it helps you like it builds your resume up to get to the tournament. I get all that. Like it's important. But I'd rather get better as the season goes on instead of peaking now and then when it gets to February, March, I get tired. Like I just don't have anything. Like getting better is my point. So it
yeah.
builds your resume, yes, but you
It's
can
almost like, what do you expect?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
what do you it's
for
like
for, for
most of
freshmen.
the college basketball teams, they've only played 7 or 8 games so far.
Hmm.
It's still very early in college basketball.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
And like
so,
you said,
I'm not gonna be too harsh on, if PJ Haggerty came back and we were losing games the way that, we're losing them,
hmm
teams not giving effort, stuff like, things like that,
yeah.
then I can understand the frustration. But honestly, you know, if we go up against Baylor, and we play hard and we still lose, I'm not gonna be bent out of shape because of it.
It's just too early. It's too early, and
We
we're
just do
supposed
better in
to.
the next game.
Right,
Yeah,
and we're a young team, so we can give them a pass. We can give them a pass. I feel like we can just be like, okay, let's get to conference play and let's just
yeah,
get to the tournament and let's just see where the chips may fall, who we're playing, and all that. I agree.
yeah,
There was some great games, like you said yesterday. Though. UT lost to Syracuse late. I mean, all of them were like
yeah,
1 or 2 point games. Like there was some good top 25 action, ACC, SEC tournament type. It was great. It was great for the
yeah,
plot
yeah,
to watch. I mean, things don't pick up like I said till January anyway, but with conference play. But
yeah,
these out of conference games are electric to see. And I mean, this weekend you got Duke, Michigan Saturday, Michigan State Saturday, an
yeah,
early game. Uh, Indiana, Louisville, Indiana before you the college football bowl, not bowl games, but the conference tournaments that they have in college football. So it's some great basketball to watch before you watch the college football games coming up.
yeah,
So I'm excited to I'm excited to watch that. Um, all right, let's get into it. The big news of the college world, really of the world, really the last couple days now is the Lane Kiffin
yeah,
going to LSU. He's done this before, you
yeah,
guys. I mean, he's left and did the same thing. I mean, he's had some of the messiest divorces in
yeah,
college sports history, Lane Kiffin. But he gets an opportunity at LSU. They have the resources, they have the money, they have the players. People are flipping from Old Miss to old LSU players going to the transfer portal. I mean, what is it going to be worth Lane Kiffin going to LSU? Can they win a championship? Because that's all he needs a championship to make this right.
that's what you just gotta do. You just
Mm-hmm.
gotta do it. Yeah, LSU to validate everything. I mean, the same thing was said for Mark Kelly when he went to LSU.
Yeah.
The pressure of leaving Notre Dame to go to LSU, you better win at LSU if you're going to leave the job at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Kelly just, you know,
He didn't.
I mean, from a personal standpoint, I don't think he was the right coach for
Mm-hmm.
LSU. And you know his whole demeanor, the way he treated the players or dealt with players, was not admirable.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
so moving on from Kelly was the right move for LSU.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for Lane Kiffin, I think really the criticism is fabricated, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easy to pick on Lane Kiffin because of the mistakes that he made in Tennessee. Because being fired at USC and
The Raiders, and then he went to the
yeah,
Raiders.
and the Raiders, and going
FAU,
to
FAU,
uh
FAU.
yeah, going to FAU, but then also what he did in Alabama
Yeah.
and everything with how all that was handled, or with Saban
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and they seemed to reconcile, and he seemed to get himself together, at Ole Miss and building a culture and everything. And it's like now you're gonna use how he, took his time to decide between LSU and Florida and Ole Miss. You're gonna just forget the last 6 years and in this year's success to focus on 2 weeks.
Mm.
You know, his offensive coordinators are coaching
The
Ole Miss
yeah, the
for
playoff
the
game.
playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They made it seem like he was taking everything with him.
No,
Yet,
he's taking some people, but not the
yeah,
coordinators. Yeah, yeah.
they made it seem like he was a straight villain. I don't really have a problem with him coaching Ole Miss. I get it that it's why Ole Miss wouldn't want him to,
Mm-hmm.
or unless you would want him to,
Yeah. Let it be his decision.
because
Let it be his
and the
decision.
NCAA has to play some fault too because of the schedule.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they can't wait until after the championships to, you know,
Decide, like, let him.
open the transfer portal and the signing day and
Right.
all those things. I mean, no one told LSU to fire the coach right then and there. Or if they're interested in Lane, then let them talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should be held against. These are professional athletes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not kids anymore.
No.
They're not kids. They're professional athletes. They get paid to play football.
Yeah.
And I know college football is a big money market, but I think this all hate. I mean, you got people on TV now saying, why would you send your kid to Lane Kiffin? Because
Why
they
would
want
you?
to win.
They want to win.
They
Exactly.
want to win, and they want to get paid too. So
Exactly.
what's wrong with that? I mean, Silverfield, he got fired. He took the Arkansas job, right?
What's your thoughts on that?
So
What's your thoughts
I
on
was
him?
kind of shocked. I,
Yeah,
you
I am too.
know,
I am too.
I was kind of shocked from the standpoint of he just got promoted to go from the AAC to the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
We've been trying for years to get to a Power Five,
Yeah.
but he got promoted
Yeah.
to the S to a Power Five school. Not only that, it's Arkansas. And
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, I mean, they didn't receive Silverfield well from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of 50-50. You got people protesting, the hire, and you
Yeah.
got people, saying, why aren't our opinions, or the fans are saying, like, why aren't our opinions and our voices being heard when it comes to the process? Because we know good and well Arkansas fans did not want Silverfield.
No,
It
I think
wasn't
it
their
was
first option at
no.
all.
Mm-mm.
And so, I mean,
I think they wanted the guy that took the Tulane coach. I think he took the Auburn. I think they wanted him.
a Summerall
Yeah, I think they wanted him
or go,
or Billy Napier. Well, not Billy Napier. Some one of them. Was it Billy Napier? They wanted somebody besides Silverfield. I just trying to figure. He
no,
so
it wasn't Napier.
it wasn't Napier. No. I think it was the Mizzou. It was one of those coaches. They didn't want him. Is what I'm saying. Like Silverfield was like the last option. I feel like because it's like a carousel going on. So Silverfield took the Arkansas job. Um, the Tulane coach took the Auburn job,
Yeah,
and
it was
the
Alex Golish. I think he might have been
yeah,
from South
go
Florida.
well, yeah, and somebody took Florida. It was it the SMU
Yes,
coach.
John Summerall took Florida
Okay, him. He took Florida. Okay,
from Tulane.
Tulane. He took the Auburn job. Okay,
Golish from
Golden
South Florida took the Auburn job,
Auburn job. I'm sorry.
and
Yeah,
then Summerall took the Gator job. He's
and
from Tulane.
Tulane. Okay, so Tulane got the Florida job, and the South Florida he took that to Florida. Okay, South
Yeah,
Florida. Okay, so I got that mixed up on my me and Raven did. Okay, so basically the American Conference just did a complete turnaround carousel. Like
three. Yeah, I mean,
like.
three coaches got promoted,
Hmm.
and that's to me that's wild.
Yeah,
I
agree.
mean, because yeah, that's just wild.
Right.
Because I mean, Memphis, we went from being projected the winner of AAC
Hmm.
to finishing seventh in
Yeesh.
the conference, seventh. And then if I go to South Florida's message boards and I go to their pages, they were upset. They were disappointed and frustrated
Hmm.
with Golish
Hmm.
and the fact that they underperformed this
Oh yeah.
year.
Yeah.
That they didn't, reach their goals and standards this year either.
Hmm.
And they were just as fed up with him as we were with Silverfield.
Feel
So
like,
yeah, I mean it is wild, and then we look at John Summerall with Tulane. He's allowed to take the Florida job and coach
oh,
Tulane,
feeling, yeah.
and for the rest of if they in the championship game, and
Hmm.
if they make it in the playoffs.
Yeah. If they would have made the American Conference tournament, it's going to be North Texas and Tulane, which it's going to be about 80 points scored in that game. I can just assure you that.
Yeah,
It's going to be a fun. That's going to be a fun game. I just for Arkansas fans, I'm here to tell y'all, Ryan Silverfield is a great coach. He's a good coach, but when it's time to win a big game, seasons on the like not even season on the line, elevate a game like the marquee game. Silverfield comes up short every single time, like every single time. So I'm not as upset. I wish them none but the best. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of eyes on you now, Ryan. Way more eyes than you thought you were gonna get. Like, especially in Arkansas, they care about their football team, and so good luck to them. You better win some big games in SEC and not have a 2-8,
yeah,
2-7 season like they did this year. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Like,
yeah.
mm. Who should be the Memphis new
I
coach
mean,
now? What do you think should be the replace Silverfield? That's the bigger question.
who's the Memphis?
Yeah, who should they get?
Yeah, I think that's the bigger question. I hope that we don't. There are a lot of good names out there, right? I would like to see us go after a defensive minded coach
Hmm.
because I just feel like our problem isn't the offense,
Hmm.
but it's really the defense. Like we don't close out quarters very well. We're able to run. Why is it that every year we can't handle Navy? We know we're going to play them on the schedule.
Every year.
We know we're going to play Tulane. We know we're going to play USF, and
Hmm.
they giving us issues and they giving us problems. Yet we have never really been able to beat them. We've been able to take advantage of some teams, win marquee games, like beating Mississippi State, beating Arkansas.
True.
Uh, but I really would like to see us get a defensive minded coach and someone, they bring in somebody uh was, a good offensive, play caller.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can retain uh the team roster, the guys that we've signed or commitments that we have. I think commitment signing day is today, I believe. Uh, Hopefully we're able to retain some of them. Some
Hmm.
of them, have decommitted uh, after Silverfield reached out to them, being now the Arkansas coach. For those that want to hate on Clifford, might as well hate on Silverfield too.
True. True. I don't hate them. I just think,
Still the exact same thing. So,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't hate Silverfield either. I'm happy for him, but
Mm.
I think I would like to see Shane Beamer. I know his name isn't being brought up, But
Mhm.
Shane Beamer from South Carolina,
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I don't see him stepping down from South Carolina to Memphis.
Hmm.
But I would like to see Shane Beaver be our coach. You got Dan Mullen, who coached UNLV and pretty much resurrected
Hmm.
that program. I would like to see us hire a coach with Power Five experience that's handled Power Five type money rather than make a vertical move or a step down from a step down conference. Like I know some of the coaches that we're looking at are step down guys
Yeah.
that will walk into Memphis with I don't know 20 million or so amount of NIL money, and even though they have good coaching records and championships and things like that, you know, um,
Oh, that makes sense.
I just would like to see us go after guys that have Power Five experience, since that's where we're trying to go.
Yeah. What about D'Angelo Williams, former Tiger? I heard he's like the running
I
back
think it could be a good
assistant.
like yeah,
Yeah.
I think it could be a good running back coach.
Oh yeah. Um,
A good assistant coach.
what about here's a name, Jerry Mack, who's the Kensaw State coach. They were 9-3. They had a 9-3 record this year, and they're
Yeah,
40-18 overall. And he's a Memphis native.
yeah,
I mean, that's
he
interesting.
could be good. There's I mean, I don't know too much about him, but I like what I hear about what he's done. Uh,
Yeah.
there's another
Brian
guy, I believe his
Brian
name is
Flores. Brian Flores. Why not?
Brian Flores.
Why not? Like,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
why not?
Yeah,
Just just a name to think
I'm
about.
down with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Bringing
just
an NFL guy.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't. We keep bringing in guys that are pretty much step stools to bigger programs.
Yeah.
Uh, so like Jerry Mack would be a safe pick. As a coach, I would
Hmm.
consider him a safe pick. I think he could stay as long as we're winning, as long as we're competitive and still going to bowl games. But you know, if we really want to go for the championship, and as long as the college football playoff accepts one non-power five bid, us
Hmm.
being the highest, an American conference being the highest, we would like to be at least competitive. I wouldn't want to be in the college playoff and not be considered top 12,
True.
ranking wise. If
Hmm.
I'm going to be in the playoff, I want to win.
Hmm.
I want to feel confident in winning. I don't want to be just, oh, hey, we made it to the conference playoff, and yeah, we got blown out by 50
The
from
Georgia
because because we matched up against Texas.
or
You
Georgia.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want that. I want us to be for real, legit contenders. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Not just
American winner, Americana.
playing.
Mhm.
Just another walk in or a bye week for
Right.
that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Reggie Howard is the interim coach, former Kirby High School legend. Do
Yeah,
you think? I mean, I don't know how his coaching style is. He's a legend. He was a legend at Kirby High School. Something tells me I don't want them to be too lazy with this. That if they actually do good in their bowl game, we won't know the bowl game until Sunday when they announce all the bowl games and all that. That they win the bowl game and they just hire Reggie Howard. I think that'll be lazy. I think right now, like, but we'll see. We'll see how it
I
goes.
don't know.
It'll be lazy just to hire
I
him off
think
of one game. It
for the
would be.
benefit of University of Memphis, that I think they really need to hire someone before then,
Hmm.
and hopefully it's a coach that retains most of the staff, because I don't think Silverfield's taking everybody with him staff wise
Hmm.
to Arkansas. I think he said he's probably going to take some of the offensive guys, but hire like someone with defense, so with SEC defensive experience, uh, at Arkansas.
Yeah,
So
it's just gonna be interesting. They start 0-4. Like, I'm just saying, you better
yeah,
win. You gotta win. You gotta win. Also, there's a name. Also, here's a name I'm gonna mention: Tyson
uh,
Helton, for
yeah,
Western Kentucky. Uh,
yeah,
he spent 3 years with Tommy West, so that's some nostalgia for you. He spent 3 years with Tommy West before, the legendary Tommy West coach of Memphis. So that's another name you can
yeah,
probably throw in there and throw in the ring as well. So, but Brian Flores,
yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for Brian.
yeah.
I'm here for it. Like,
And to the Arkansas fans, this is what I think. I mean, Arkansas fans, you have a good coach in Silverfield. He's a good guy. He's a loyal guy. Uh, but you know, with their schedule and Silverfield's record versus winning teams with winning records, it's gonna be tough. So, if your objective is just to get in the ball games and win 5 or 6 games
mm-hmm.
to get in the ball game, then Silverfield can give you that. But
He'll give you that.
SEC championship,
Mm. Oh my God, you have
good
to go
luck
back.
with good luck with the SEC championship.
You have to go back to like
Okay.
Houston Nut days.
Good luck. Good luck with
Yeah,
that. I don't know. Have success, uh, in that regard. We shall see.
yeah. They'll have to go back to the Houston Nut days for them to get back to Arkansas, Arkansas football. They're gonna have to go back to Houston Nut and they got to. Like, that's the only hope they got. But yeah, if you want 6-6 consistency, yeah, you got the guy Ryan Silver. You got him. Like, oof, interesting.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I hope he does well. I really do.
I do
But
too.
you know, I don't. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. Unfortunately, we're not playing Arkansas next year. I don't think, uh,
Hmm.
because the SEC just made it pretty much tougher on themselves, because now they had to play 9 divisional games. So good luck, Silverfield.
Good luck, my brother. All right, so that'll do it for this wonderful
You got to play
episode.
Alabama. You got to play Arkansas.
Hmm. That's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be tough. I want them to play Memphis again. I think it's probably gonna be at Arkansas though. I would figure to think that, but he comes back
Yeah,
to
it is.
Memphis. What kind of reception does he get? Does he get booed? Does he get cheered? Once he comes back to play at Memphis, I don't know. Mm,
I don't know. I mean, he left with his own.
all right.
So
I think cheer. I think they'll give him a stand ovation. I do. I don't
I
think it'll be
think, yeah, they'll probably clap for him, but
right. It's not gonna be
we'll
like
be
Lane
so.
Kiffin going back to Ole Miss. He's getting booed. He's getting booed. He's getting like he's getting. They might do the whole not sell beer but put it in plastic cups. They might have to go that route. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, it might get ugly.
they got to check every bag for
Like,
that game.
mm-mm-mm. That's gonna be crazy. So good luck to Ryan Silverfield. He had a great run in Memphis, but he's gonna need. It's gonna be fun. Him in Arkansas SEC. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. Um, but like I said, that will do it for this lovely episode of For the Love of the Game podcast. Listen, Mike, we might have to do like a college football. You join me and Kevin Saturday if you're available to, or Sunday. Talk about
Uh,
the field being the playoffs being revealed and all that. One of the 2 days.
the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I could well,
Maybe Sunday. Maybe
if it's like, well, we'll see. We'll see.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, we do. If we did Sunday, it'd probably be Sunday night
Right.
or
Me, you, and Raven. Yeah,
or
that works.
or Monday night. We could definitely go in. Or when they release after, when they release the results on
Mhm.
Tuesday,
No, I think it's Sunday.
we could
It's
definitely do
Sunday.
something. Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah.
I will say, stay tuned to. I'm actually going to be talking about college football podcast
Hmm.
later today, uh, around 2.
Hmm.
With a good friend of mine, Reggie. We're going to talk about the coaching carousel and
Hmm.
SEC football and break down the playoff in this week's. Uh, this
Okay.
will be a good vibe, good fast, good conversation
Okay.
in regards to that as well. So,
Okay.
uh,
So
Mike Reginald is his name, but Reggie he's a Florida Gator fan.
mhm.
So it'd be interesting to hear his perspective from an SEC standpoint.
Okay. Okay. So I gave you a little warm up to get ready for this podcast. You
Yeah,
got in a couple hours. I gave you a warm up, so an appetizer. You get the full dish later on
yeah,
today, the
yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
So, like, okay, cool,
Full dish. Yep.
cool. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. It should be a great pod. That should be great. That should be good. Extended talk about the college football landscape and all that. So please
Yeah.
check out that along with me and Ravens for the XO Football Lounge. We're gonna recap all the NFL action. It should be wild, and also the college football revealing. We'll probably talk about that as well. Et cetera, et cetera. So please subscribe to this podcast on YouTube. GR Production is the YouTube channel. Follow this amazing podcast and all the other great podcasts I have. That will do it for this episode of For the Love of the Game podcast. We will see you guys next week. For my amazing co-host Mike, and I am Greg Rufus. We will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
Some do it for money, some do it for fame. Join Greg Rufus and Mike for the love of the game. The 2025 NBA season is just around the corner, and we are ready to drop some basketball commentary you won't hear anywhere else. Get ready for wild predictions and bold takes. A podcast offering a fresh and engaging perspective on what might unfold and what's currently happening inside the game of basketball. To our viewers, we invite you to subscribe to GR Productions and join in on the discussion as we talk about all things NBA, Memphis Grizzlies, and Memphis Tigers basketball. Like, comment, and share. Thanks for your support and enjoy the show. For the love of the game, stay tuned.